Okay, the next thing is going to be put a little retainer clip, goes around this wiring harness into the top of the control box. The wire retainer clips are not dead stone critical, but it just looks like a much more professional job if you put every clip back where it belongs. It doesn't look like a Mickey Mouse job that way. So there's one retainer clip that goes inside the end bell of the generator. The next retainer clip goes outside the end bell and holds the wiring harness to the control box. The next step will be to put the air box in place. Again, if you have any questions about any of this, don't hesitate to call me. I don't mind phone calls about generators. It is what I do for a living. The only thing I don't want is phone calls from people wanting my opinion on the latest perpetual motion machine they saw a video of on YouTube. I have one particular internet sales company that is constantly emailing me wanting to know what I think of the latest perpetual motion machine that they found on the YouTube video site. Let's just say that my opinion uses a lot of words I can spell. The updated brackets for the airbox have a flange on them, where the old one does not. It's not necessary to hold the load of the airbox, but on a lot of vehicles, the generator is mounted on slide-out trays, and a favorite spot for people to grab a hold of to slide the generator out is by the airbox. So I go ahead and put on a heavier bracket. So that it doesn't get bent sliding the generator in and out. Airbox is real simple. There's two 6mm by 20mm bolts that go in from the end housing side. Then two 6x12s that go in from the very top. Initially, I put the bolts in loose, then stand at the end of it and sight how the airbox looks. I like the airbox to be perfectly parallel with the circuit breakers. It's not dead stone critical, but it looks a lot more professional if it lines up, because there's just enough play between the holes in the airbox bracket and the bolt to allow it to be shifted just slightly. So if you take a couple of extra minutes, a couple of extra seconds to position the airbox to where it's vertical, it just looks a little more professional. Incidentally, the black wing nuts go on the outside, the silver wing nuts go on the inside. I don't know why, but a lot of people reverse them. Next thing to do is the crankcase vent line. It's the small hose that goes on a spigot on the back of the airbox. Next item is the intake hose, which goes from the airbox to the carburetor. Adjust the governor speed on it once we run the generator. This engine is a fresh rebuild. I haven't put oil in it yet. But it never hurts to check the oil, even if you are just changing stators. This is probably as good a place as any to take a break.